Hi everybody, it's Anne here from anneshappystampers.co.uk and I'm just back with another video, and today we're going to make this little, I suppose it's like a little handbag. The sides, it's got some quite unusual sides, which I think I've done a project with these before, and it's got the detailed floral thinlits and some heat embossing on the bottom, so, and it's quite a good size. It is approximately 4 1/4 by 4 1/4 when it's together, so that's what we're going to make today. Right, now for this you're going to need a piece of cardstock. I'm using Rich Razzleberry and it needs to measure 6 inches by 11 3/4 or 15.2 by 29.8 centimeters. Okay, and the first thing we're going to do is heat emboss it. Now I want to heat emboss it probably roughly about 3 inches up and all the way along. Okay, and for that I'm using Fallen Flowers, and I'm going to use this big flourish stamp here, and we're going to emboss it with copper powder as well. So I'm just going to wipe this over. Okay, and then I've got the stamp mounted, and I've just got some Versamark, and I'm just going to randomly stamp this flourish. And if you put it on your mat and if you kind of measure up about 3 inches, you'll see roughly where you need it. So I'm probably going to do like a layer of 2, but obviously I want them around different ways, so I might just pop this one here. No, just drop that on me cardstock. Hope it hasn't. Hope it's not going to leave a mark. Okay, just a couple of little pieces, I think. Maybe it's a bit at the bottom. Okay, I think I'm quite happy with that. And I've got some copper powder here. And I'm just going to start sprinkling this on the design. And I just need to get these little bits off that when I dropped the ink pad, it's kind of left a bit of a mess. But saying that, I mean, we're going to be folding the bottom, so to be honest, we're probably not even going to be able to see it really. And there's just a couple of little bits there I've missed. Okay, so that will do. So we're going to heat set this now. Just going to close the blind, actually it's like really sunny now. There we go. Alright, so I think that looks really, really beautiful with the copper powder. Now, take your scoreboard out, and I'm going to score this on the reverse now that I've heat embossed it. And what you want to score at is score the long side at 1.5 inches. 5 3/4, 7 1/4, and 11.5 inches. And in centimetres, that is 3.8, 14.6, 18.4 and 29.2. Turn it to the short, excuse me, turn it to the short side and score it at 1.5 inches, 5 inches, and 5.5 inches. And in centimetres, that's 3.8, 12.7 and 14. Okay, so that's what you should have now. Okay, now taking the detailed floral thinlits and just taking the smaller one, you have 2 larger square sections here. I want to cut out about there, okay, on both sides, and that's what gives us this nice little cut out thing on the bag. Okay, so we'll do one together. Okay, so we'll take the big shot out. And then I'm going to get a bit of removable tape. Like I say, make sure they're in the 2 big squares. And get it nice and level and nice and straight. And then I'm going to run that through. Okay, so that's what you should have there, and then you just want to repeat that on the other side, okay, and try and get them nice and straight and level. So I'll be back when I've done that. Right, I've cut them both out, so now that's what you should have. Now, if I turn it over, you might be able to see better. You've got 2 large rectangles here, okay. All we're going to do is put a couple of score lines in them. So from corner to corner, if you just score down here, and we're going to make like a cross shape, okay? And then from the middle point of the cross to the score line there, we're going to score a line straight up, okay, and I'm going to do that on this one, and then I'm going to show you close up what it should look like. Okay, so that's what you should have. You should have 2 of them, okay, and then what we're going to do now is give our fold lines, our score lines a fold. Now I don't like using my bone folder when I've heat embossed because it seems to smear it a bit sometimes. I think it has to be like really dry before you do that. I mean, as you can see there's already some coming off onto the paper, so I don't know. I prefer to heat score it and then heat emboss it. Really, I should have done it that way. And then these score lines, you want to fold them like that. But then the little one that you scored needs to fold out that way. Okay. Now it's probably gone dark now because the sun's gone in. Okay, so we've got a little bit of cutting to do. So we've got a tiny little rectangle here. Okay, we're just going to cut that away, and then we're going to cut up these score lines. Okay, and we're going to create a little tab out of this one, and the same here. Okay, and then you've got two little rectangles here. You need to completely remove them, and also the two in the middle. Remove them as well. Without ripping it. And then you've got a tiny little two on the end, just remove them. Okay. So now we can start popping it together, and these are going to get stuck down. So I just want to check that it's getting, yeah, it should go in like that. Okay, that's how it needs to fold. So I want to stick these down, so I'm going to use some of my Sticks 2 tape and just put a little bit along here. And a bit along here. Okay, and they're gonna get stuck together. Just burnish them down. Okay, and then you've only got a really small little bit there, so you need to pop some tape down there. I think this would make a great little gift for some, you know, like makeup or nail polishes, or, you know, just a nice little gift for a friend or, you know, whoever. And then just fold that over, and you'll probably have to flatten it out again a little bit just to get it nice and straight like that. But then obviously when you lift it back up, it should go straight back into its shape. And you want the join at the back, so you're going to want adhesive down this one here. I mean, I would probably put more on, but just for the purposes of the video, we'll just put enough on so it sticks together. Okay, and that is your gorgeous little bag, which I think looks quite, what's the word? Can't think of the word. Quite like Eastern looking, isn't it? And then you won't get them through both together because the card's doubled over, but roughly, you know, in the middle I've got the 1/8 of an inch hole punch, and I'm going to punch a little hole there, and then I'm just going to eyeball it really, but you could mark it if you wanted to. And I've got some these trio pack of ribbons that go with paisleys and posies. I've got some of the matching ribbon, sorry, what do you call it, rich raspberry, yeah. So I'm just going to cut some of that off, excuse me, and I'm going to slot it through. I'm just going to tie it in a nice bow, and it will obviously keep the bag closed. And then we've just got a little sentiment to put on, and that's it. But I do think it's, you know, really pretty, elegant looking little bag as well. And just tie a little bow. Just adjust that to where you want it. Just tidy the ends up a little bit. Okay, and then I've cut out a piece of rich raspberry and some of the DSP from Blooms and Bliss, I think it's called. And I'm just gonna stick that on there with some Tombow. Okay, and just get that nice and central like that if you can. And then I've got the stamp set, which is Thoughtful Banners, and I'm just using From Us and the little banner, and I've got some Whisper White and some rich raspberry ink. And I'm just going to stamp the banner and also the little From Us sentiment, and just try and get that in the middle. Okay, and I'm just going to get the punch, the Duet Banner punch. And I'm just going to attach that to there like that, but I just want to punch another little hole in this little banner, sorry, these little circles like that, because I'm going to just slot a little bit of thread through, or twine or something. And I'm just going to glue this down as well because I can't find me dimensionals. But I would probably just put dimensionals on. I'm just going to pop that there. Okay, and then I've got some of this lovely metallic twine from the Autumn and Winter catalogue. I'm just going to snip a bit off. And I'm just going to slot it through the little hole that I've just punched. Just tie that like so. And then I think I might actually just tie it through the ribbon. Just tie a little knot. if I can. I don't know how long it will stay like that. I'll probably have to pretty the little knot up for the photographs, but you get the idea. So I just think that's so elegant and pretty, and I hope you agree. There's the other one I made, but I think I like this one better. It goes so nice with the copper heat embossing. Okay, so that is the project for today. I'll be back on Sunday with my new series called Seasonal Sundays. And I'd just like to quickly say as well, I've been so overwhelmed by the comments I get on here on YouTube. There really is some, you know, amazing comments of people, and it just makes us feel, you know, great really, that people love what I do, love me tutorials, and it's just so nice, and I really do appreciate it. And like I've said before in the comments, I have got, you know, some awesome subscribers, so I really appreciate it. So okay, and quickly, I'll be back on Saturday actually with a really short video about a giveaway I'm doing. You don't want to miss that. So yeah, I'll see you on Saturday. So thanks a lot and take care. Bye for now.